Has it already started? Yeah. That's what
Oh, looking like we're good to go again. Hey everybody, again, Nate and Steph from Intro Backpack, working out some technical difficulties. Yeah, if you're around and you can hear us and you can see us, let us know in the chat box below so that we can see if we have our problems figured out. I'm going to mess around on the computer and make sure that it's all working and stuff. Looks like we're on. We got a few people saying. Joseph is saying it's yes, it started. A Taylor is saying what? Joseph Hickman saying hello. Not sure if those are current or if they've been while we've been messing with stuff. But anyway, yeah. So we got a new bit of hardware to make our live feeds look a little bit better. And with new stuff comes new difficulties sometimes, and that's what we're dealing with right now. So anyway, let us know if you're on. Looks like there's about 4 people on. Looks like everything is still going good on our end.
Yep.
Looking good over there.
It's looking good over here.
Fantastic.
Bumping along says it's stop and go. Audio sounds a little funny and video keeps loading. Okay, we're going to keep going right now and see if that gets better. Maybe that was just because we started and stopped the live stream like 4 or 5 times.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Super sorry about that, guys.
Well, anyway, I guess we'll just kind of start talking, and you guys just give us feedback on audio and video, how it's looking and sounding and everything. So anyway, obviously we're not in the van right now. We are still at my mom's house in Oklahoma, still doing some logistical stuff. Let's see, what have we been doing? We went to.
She got her truck camper.
Yeah, she got her truck camper. Went down to Texas last week and helped her pick that up. New truck and truck camper. Got all of the stuff ordered for her solar build, so we're going to be doing a new solar build on her truck camper. So we're pretty excited about that. Going to get to teach everybody how to do a more modest system. We're going to have like 400 watts of solar panels and 200 amp hours of lithium batteries on that. And been chasing down an oil leak in our van.
Mm-hmm.
We changed half of the shocks today in our van. We got the front 2, then we ran out of time. So we're going to do the back 2 tomorrow. What else?
I think that's all. I mean, that's all. That's all we've done in the last week. Yeah.
Let me check comments and let me make sure we're going good.
Yeah, there's a lot that's been going on. What else? Let's see. We've got a headboard being made for our van. I think that's about it. We're going to be doing a bunch of maintenance on the van. I think we kind of already talked about this last week, but this week we're going to the shocks, and then we're going to,
I'm going to try this. We're getting bad audio apparently.
Okay.
Let us know if that helps. Go ahead.
That went yellow instead of green now.
Okay. Just keep talking. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Oh, where was I? Let's see. We're going to be finishing out the shocks tomorrow probably, and then hopefully be able to find that oil leak. We put some oil leak dye or like UV dye in the oil last night to try to find that leak, and we have a fresh drip coming down, but it was still daylight, so we couldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
So after this live stream, we're actually going to go back out there and see if we can see where that oil leak is coming from. So you just shine like a UV light on it, and it should glow. It should glow like orange.
And super bright, yeah.
Yeah. He spilled some of it as he was pouring it in the oil, and it definitely is very, very fluorescent orange. So hopefully we'll be able to actually see where that oil leak is coming from and be able to fix it completely. I think it's coming from the oil pump.
Oil pump or the housing?
Pump.
The pump?
You thought the housing. I think it's coming from a pump.
Guess we'll see. Stay tuned to find out. So
who's right?
Yeah,
okay.
Ideally we'll just take that apart and put a new gasket or whatever in and see. I guess it just depends on where it's from, where it's leaking, because it's not leaking very bad.
Vibrating static, but not cutting out now. Is that because you're holding that?
No, it shouldn't be. I can unplug this.
Okay.
All right, it's Monday. What did you guys do for adventure this weekend? You might go rock climbing or hiking or backpacking or biking, anything like that.
Or paddling. Is it warm enough anywhere where you guys are at to go paddling just yet?
So first off, cheers while everybody is commenting what they did over the weekend. Let's cheers to what are we cheersing to? What's awesome that happened this last week?
Cheers to your mom's truck camper.
Yeah, cool. Cheers to that. Yeah, so what has been going on this last weekend? Everybody was up to adventures. We got up to not really any adventures. We didn't go back. We didn't do anything super active.
No, for the next couple of weeks until we go to Nicaragua, we'll really be doing maintenance pretty much every day. So we've been working on the computers in the morning, and then in the afternoon going outside and working on the van, working on the truck camper, just general maintenance. I mean, that's basically the reason why we're here in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I think this week we will, probably Wednesday and Thursday, we will be more confined to the house because we're supposed to have tornadoes.
Yeah, yay storms.
Yay, Oklahoma in May.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll vlog that if that happens, though.
We'll vlog that?
Yeah. I'll vlog that.
Okay, well, I'm just going to warn you guys now if we do vlog that. I totally grew up in Oklahoma. I've been through tons of tornadoes, but I get so scared, so anxious. Like, that's probably one of my biggest fears is tornadoes.
Yeah.
Even though I've grown up with them and I've seen them over and over, that's probably why I'm so scared of them, is because I've seen them over and over and I've seen what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super not fun. But hopefully it won't be like that. Hopefully they've overshot
I'm
that
like
one.
freaking out just thinking about it.
Overshot that one. Yeah, so what we got? People did a shakedown cruise in Texas. Let's see, TDY to San Antonio. So mountain biked a little bit. Nice. Toured the Cruiser Olympia Navy ship in Philly. Oh, that sounds pretty fun.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Navy ships are so awesome. Like big, machine, industrial, cool things.
Biked part of the Katy Trail in St. Louis. Oh. South to Pierce?
Yep.
Did I pronounce that right? Probably not.
Maybe. Been walking through the rainy England this weekend. It's always rainy, right? In England?
England?
I had to be invisible. Let's see, adventures in packing to move. Van's been put off till next year to help the family out. Oh, hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, honestly. And packing is always an adventure.
Yeah, definitely.
Ray went skydiving over the weekend. Nice.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Super
Wait,
cool.
who went skydiving? I don't see that one.
Ray. It's up here. You're behind.
I guess so. Oh, mine is behind. That's weird. Skydiving, I'm so jealous. So I was actually just talking to Sam about this yesterday, that I have always wanted to go skydiving. Like, that's one of my bucket list items. Nathan doesn't want to. Totally does not want to. So Sam was telling me that she met somebody that skydives out of hot air balloons.
That sounds terrible.
I want to do it!
Out of a hot air balloon?
Out of a hot air balloon.
See that hot air balloon crash in Oklahoma City the other day?
No, why do you gotta go there?
Because they're terrifying.
Yeah, cars crash,
hot air balloons, oh my gosh. But if your engine stalls out, you just pull over to the side of the road. If your hot air balloon stalls out, you don't pull over to the side of the earth. I guess you do, kind of in a hurry though.
But you'll go in an airplane.
Yes.
I don't get you. I don't get the reasoning. I want to jump out of an airplane. Or a hot air balloon.
Or hot air
Or
balloon.
whatever.
Anyway, audio is pretty bad. So anyways, we'll honestly probably keep this live chat a little bit shorter so I can do some testing for next week to see how I can make this better. So, more or less.
That sounds good.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so what to expect the next few weeks out of Adventure in a Backpack, because we don't have any good adventures to talk about. Let's see, Wednesday we have a video coming out that's going to be plastic dip. We just rolled up on our 1 year basically of building the van, and we have gotten so many questions over how our plastic dip is holding up, and so we're going to be reviewing how the plastic dip held up. And teaser, it did pretty good. But still watch it and you can see actually how good it did. Yeah, and then on Friday we have a video coming out from, it's just an adventure vlog, it is an adventure vlog that was from the Valley of Fire in Nevada, that state park. We were there, we went on a few hikes, and that was pretty awesome. And also, like, super thank you to all of you guys who watched the video from North Carolina and left some good comments on that. If you haven't, be sure to go watch that after this live stream. Everybody, like, you guys, like, kind of went freaking crazy over it, and, like, it was awesome. Like, I really loved seeing all the comments about it because that was a new style of video for us.
Yeah.
And it's always super nerve-wracking to us when it's like, well, we're going to put out this new style and see if you guys like it. Sometimes it gets good reception, sometimes not so much, and that one was really good. So, thanks.
Yeah. I thought that one, I really liked that one. I like the style of it.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. North Carolina, so, like, let's go ahead and talk about that now that everybody's seen that video. What did you guys think about it? Like, honestly, like, North Carolina was a place that I had on my radar for a long time, but for kind of no particular reason. I didn't have any, like, specific things I wanted to go do or see. But now it is. So, like, I want to hear some feedback, like, if you've been to Asheville, or if it kind of put Asheville on your map, or any of the stuff that you saw in there, like any of the products, because ultimately we were there to demo products to bring to you guys to see if you guys were interested in any of those. So if any of those, like, stick out in your mind, like, I'm not going to list them all off because I want them to, like, if they stuck out in your head, like, let me know about them. But yeah, so just let me know in the comments and we'll kind of get to talking about them.
Alrighty. I know we've skipped over a lot of comments. I'm really, really sorry. I'm just trying to kind of keep up with all of these and try to read them in between what is going on with the audio and the video. So sorry if I've skipped your comment. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. Let's see. Roger said, took his Sprinter on its first journey through Bend, Oregon. Oh, such an awesome place, right?
So Gina said,
Genius lives in Bend.
Nice.
Fantastic. It is a good. Somebody I scrolled past it, I think, but somebody said they were drinking craft beer this weekend. That was an adventure. I'm not sure where it went, but craft beer and Bend go together.
Oh yeah,
so.
Without a doubt. He spent a full week drinking beer in Bend. I hope he hit the same one twice.
How much for Schedule B? As far as, like, how much does it cost to have somebody do it? I have no idea, because we're doing it all ourselves.
Because Schedule B is fuel filter, oil filter, air filter, cabin air filter. So basically what we're doing minus shocks.
Yep.
So we're going to be spending...
Yeah, I think it's like, I think some additional, like, exterior stuff, like rotating the tires and checking brake pads and everything. So we did all of that, except for rotating the tires. We'll just take that down to discount tire because we get free tire rotations.
Because Schedule B, I don't think has transmission in it. I don't think. Let me know if it does, but I don't think it does.
Yeah. I know I've looked it up before, and I put everything on our list.
Mm-hmm. We bought, let's see, we spent just over $100 at AutoZone on filters. Yeah.
Yep.
Fuel filter was $50, oil filter was $15 or so, air filter was
like 10.
Cabin air filter was $20 or so.
I think it was like 10 as well.
So basically we spent about $100 on all the different filters, and then we're spending
we haven't bought oil yet though. That'll be another like $80.
Yeah, $80. So just shy of $200 for Schedule B for us to do it, because it takes 13 quarts of oil. So
right.
It is a diesel motor.
12.5. Yeah, DIY is definitely we DIY everything.
Yeah.
So I'll probably put together at the end of all of this, after we've done all of the maintenance and stuff that we're doing over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to put together just like a list of everything that we did and how much it all cost for us to DIY it. Because another thing that we're doing is going through and replacing some of like the coolant hoses and stuff like that, heater hoses that are just showing some weather rot. So kind of more preventative maintenance than anything. Excuse me. And so the plan is for us to spend a little bit more money now so that we can hopefully avoid some breakdowns in the future.
Yeah, side of the road repairs.
Yeah. Side of the road repairs always end up being more costly because you can't shop around. Like, you just take what you get.
Yeah.
And you end up having to buy new tools. And here we have a full shop of tools at our disposal. So
yeah,
definitely helpful when it came to the strut. We changed the struts today. And
weird deal. You gonna talk about the Allen key?
Well, I was gonna say the bolts were bigger sizes than what we carried. We carried up to 19 millimeter, and they were 21 millimeter.
21, and then the one on the top was 23 or
20 something. We didn't have the one for that. We ended up using a cross.
Yeah, 23 or 24.
Yeah, and then there was like a weird Allen. It wasn't an Allen key though, was it? What was it?
Yeah, it was an Allen key. It's just a very weird size. So on the top of the strut, there was a bolt, and then you had to hold the top of the strut with an Allen key. And we have metric and standard Allen keys, but it was an in-between size. And then I found another, like, Allen key that was, because it's a full set. We had a full set, but it's like an in-between size or something. I don't know. It's the first time I've ever ran into an Allen key where our key set wouldn't fit. But ended up just rummaging through the toolbox and found another one, the woodwork that you actually put on the end of on a ratchet, and broke it.
Promptly broke it.
Yep, it needed a lot of torque, and so broke that one. And where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so basically I had to like just find like things to make it work. So I ended up like taking the broken Allen key head and then putting a wrench over that to hold it tight, and it worked just fine.
Oh, I never saw how you ended up doing that.
Yeah,
I was always down
I just took like a 7mm wrench or something.
That's hilarious.
And put it around the wrench. So it must have been a 7mm Allen head. I wonder if it just didn't have a 7mm Allen. That's very strange. Because it was on multiple Allen key sets.
Yeah. Roger asked, what's our fuel mileage with our full build? So we get about 15 to 17 miles to the gallon. Unless it's super windy. I think the lowest, well, not the lowest like average we've seen over windy areas like in Wyoming or Kansas, we typically stay around 11 or 12 miles per gallon because we are not aerodynamic at all.
Depends on which way the wind's blowing too. We've seen upwards of 22 if we have a tailwind.
Sure.
But I don't know what it is about Kansas, like how they have engineered Kansas wind. There's always a headwind. Like if you're on westbound I-70 through Kansas, you're met with head-on wind. But then if you like turn around and go the opposite direction, you still have a headwind. I don't know how they do that, but I think the oil
tornadoes all the time.
No, what I think it is I think the petroleum industry has engineered the weather so that the fuel mileage is going to suck, so they have to fill up more often.
I think that's exactly it.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
Nate has it figured out.
Bumping along, what's going on? We're having issues with the camera. We got some new stuff trying to...
is it really?
I know how to fix that, but I'm not going to fix it right now because, honestly, I'm tired of messing with it. I'm going to be doing some testing after this live stream. I got all the parts in today, basically, and then we got them in as we were changing out the struts of the van, and so I didn't get any time to test all of that kind of stuff. So after this live stream, I'll be doing some testing. We're probably only going to hang out for another 10 minutes or so, wrap it up at about 30 minutes or so. Just kind of want to check in with everybody and see what everybody was up to and let everybody know we're not just slacking off.
What are some tips for staying cool in hot climates like Arizona in the summer? My first tip would be avoid hot climates like Arizona in the summer.
Yeah. Unless you're in Sedona or Flagstaff, I guess. Like.
Yeah,
altitude.
like we really do try to stay out of temperatures that are over like 85 degrees.
Yeah.
Because once it starts getting hot, really no there's really no good way to stay really cool. I mean, even if you were outside in 90-degree weather, it still sucks.
Yeah.
But some of the things that we do is, we have the two max air fans on top of the roof. So put one on in and one on out, and so that kind of circulates all of the air and creates a little bit of a breeze. That helps a ton. And then parking in the shade, or if you've got an awning, shading it to where, on the side that the sun is. I just looked at the light. It hurt. The side that the sun is on. So just kind of things like that, but really the biggest thing is just to avoid those really, really hot climates. Especially, I mean, for us with dogs, we can't leave the dogs in the van. We can leave the dogs in the van in warm climates for sure, up to 85 or 90 degrees, because we've got that going. But at the end of the day, it's still not comfortable. Like, it's not comfortable for them. It's not comfortable for us. If we're out hiking or whatever, we're not going to want to hike in 90-degree weather all the time. So, really, yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and honestly, like, you just have to know your limitations, because if it's 110 degrees, if you're in Phoenix and it's 120, it's going to be you can't get it cooler inside of the van than the ambient air temperature is outside.
Yeah.
So if it's 120 outside, the coolest you can get it inside is 120. It'll be 120 in the shade, but still be 120. So you have to kind of pick your battles. Basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ida Big Kahuna asks when's the meetup? We're slackers. I know we are slackers.
Super slackers.
We still have not planned anything.
We'll get to it.
TBA.
Eventually.
Eventually, yeah. We'll definitely plan something. It'll probably be in Oregon though.
Probably. Somewhere in the PNW.
Yeah, for sure in the PNW. We might do two. Maybe.
We'll see.
We might do one.
Oh, is anybody going to the meetup in where is that? It's in Victor, Idaho. It's in the Tetons. There's a van life rally meetup thing.
I don't even know about this one.
Yeah, we talked about it. But anyway, it's kind of like on our way, and we're deciding whether to go or not. So.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it.
Because it's going to be cutting it super close for us, basically.
I think we'll actually be in New Orleans when that one goes on.
Oh, really?
I think.
Okay. Well, I still want to know if any of you
if
guys
any
are
of you
going.
guys are going. Oh, and did any of you go to the one in San Diego this past weekend?
Oh, yeah, there was one
on
it?
Saturday. Yeah. Cool. The looks on our faces when the video freezes.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, they're always good. Always catches me with like a lazy eye and like.
Or like that one where you look scared.
It's funny. Have you seen a solar-powered air conditioner built out of an igloo ice maker by Prius Stealth Camper? I haven't seen that one specifically by Prius Stealth Camper. I'm not real sure who that is. But I'm assuming it's essentially a swamp cooler, basically ice chest with a fan on top. I've heard they work pretty good, as long as you're not in a humid environment. Because if you're in a humid environment, that's just going to make it worse. But if you're in a desert environment, that'd be a pretty good idea, especially if you have a bunch of ice.
Right.
If you have a.
Would dry ice work with that?
Probably.
I feel like that would work better.
I probably would.
Or last longer at least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yep.
Tammy, you checked out Sam Van Zam. Awesome. Yes, I agree. She is a sweetheart. She was at the San Diego Van Life meetup.
She in San Diego?
She is currently,
cool.
yes. On Saturday. So, yeah, got to hear all about that and got to hear about all of the stuff that we missed. And, yeah.
Yeah, sounds like
we
a good time.
definitely need to go.
Like
we need to go to one, or we need to plan one ourselves.
We're never in the same areas, though. So we're like always like but I always feel like we were there like a few weeks ago, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like every time one of these meetups rolls around, it's like, oh yeah, we were there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But oh
We
well.
need to do a better job of planning and, yeah, planning in general. But
Mhm.
that's so hard for us. That is probably one of the biggest things that we struggle with is planning and
Mhm.
committing to things. Committing, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Committing. For sure.
I'm gonna go get something real quick.
What are you going to go get?
Yeah, I need to go get something as a kind of a sign off. Got about 5 minutes left, so if anybody's got any more questions, go
I'll be
ahead.
around to answer them
Yeah.
because he's going to leave.
Yeah,
But I don't know
I'm
what you're
piecing out.
doing.
It's just a little teaser for some stuff we've got going on later.
Okay. Not a swamp cooler. It runs cold water through a radiator used by a small computer fan and uses a small computer fan to blow the cold air. Huh. That really does sound like an interesting idea. We'll have to check that out because, yeah, definitely sounds like a good idea. The delay. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know what else to do. I told them we should have just used the phone because we know that's the tried and true way of doing it. It's not perfect, but at least it works. But next week we will, I promise we will have this figured out and better. Yeah, I am all caught up on comments and stuff. So let's see. Nicaragua is coming up. We've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, we will be in Nicaragua. So I don't actually know if we're going to do a live video while we're there. We're going to try. I know we have internet, but I don't know how strong it'll be, if it'll be strong enough to stream. And I know our phones don't work down there, so we won't have any cell signal, so we can't use that. So trying to figure that out, but if we can do a live stream from Nicaragua, that would be pretty cool. We're going to be down there for a week. We were originally planning on being down there for 2 or 3 weeks, but we decided that we needed to come back here and finish up all of our projects, and we're actually going to New Orleans at the end of May, so like 2 weeks after, or I think it's a week after we get back from Nicaragua. We're going to New Orleans for a business conference. I'm going to the business conference. Nate's tagging along with me. And then we're going to stay a couple of days afterwards, and it's actually our wedding anniversary. So we're going to hang out down there for our wedding anniversary. And let's see, we're on 7 years. We've been married in June. We will have been married for 7 years. So,
Look,
that's what you're getting.
look what we've got. How cool is that? Shut the door.
Oh, okay. So Tammy, I did see your question earlier about that, and I was kind of just skirting around it. I don't really have a good relationship with my parents, so you guys will never see my parents on a video or anything like that. But that's that.
That's
So there's that. Driving or flying to Nicaragua? We are flying to Nicaragua this time. Probably the next time we visit Nicaragua, we will likely be driving. I think after this one, because we definitely want to go down there and spend a lot of time down there, like several months.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, really difficult to go down there and spend that much time. We spent a month there last time we were there, and that was fantastic. But you know, we've got other responsibilities, and we've got our dogs and all of that, so we are flying this time. But hopefully next time we'll be able to drive down.
I don't know about next time. Maybe we'll fly down a few times.
Okay.
I definitely want to go more. Awesome. Love that place. Yeah, so got our new batteries. So pretty excited about this. Like the fact that I can like moving around and stuff is pretty awesome. We have 6 of them that are going in our camper van. So we're going to be replacing all of our stuff. If you have not heard yet, we're replacing all of our AGM batteries with these Battleborn batteries. And we're going to be doing a video of that, kind of with the topic of like how to replace your AGM batteries with lithium. Because I think a lot of people have a lot of questions and confusion. And the guys from Battleborn wanted us to do a video and teach you guys how to do it. And like, I guess they like the way we teach things.
I'm super stoked about
Yeah,
it.
it's gonna
I'm
be awesome.
super stoked because, first off, I'm super stoked to have lithium batteries, and it's going to be lighter. It's going to be about half the weight of what we currently have, but we will have twice as much battery bank.
Yeah.
And we're going to have 600 amp hours of batteries, and currently we have 350 usable, which is actually a little less. So, but yeah, not quite double, but almost double, and super excited about it.
Yep.
I really want to see, like, I want to do a video of what can we power, like how much stuff can we run.
Can we do some kind of air conditioner? Like that's.
I think we can.
I want to try it.
I think we can.
Yep.
Oh wait. Okay. So I had a big goodness. What about?
So
New Orleans.
Stefan's got a question that says, well, let's see, where are we at?
I
Oh, yeah, no, we've got another question up here that I wanted to answer. It says, Nicaragua, there's some political unrest there right now. Will that affect your travels? So I looked at it a few days ago. I haven't looked in the last 4 days. And last I was reading that it was kind of dying down, and it's mainly in the capital, which we're not going to be in the capital. We just fly into the capital, and then we stay one night there at the hotel that's right by the airport, and then we leave out of there. The only way that I could see it possibly affecting our travel plans is if they've got any of the roads shut off, and it just makes it kind of difficult to get around. Other than that, not really.
Yeah. I don't think it should affect us.
No, because we got another
We've
two.
been in contact with our friends down there, and none of them have mentioned anything like major
No.
that's affecting them in San Juan del Sur. So I think they would have mentioned that to us if
Yeah.
that was a problem.
That's one of the things that's kind of tough about traveling is like, it's like, well, something's obviously going on there, but then it's like trying to find a reputable source to decide whether we should actually, is that a word?
Reputable.
Reputable.
You just say it weird.
Reputable.
Put the emphasis on the syllable.
I like it. Trying to find a credible source. Trying to find a credible source to like which one, like, is it actually as bad as anywhere else we're making it sound? So actually, like, the place that I found, I feel like is probably the most accurate is Reddit. I got on the Nicaragua Reddit, and so there was like lots of discussion on like how it actually was and all that kind of stuff, like where it was, how traffic conditions were. So it's just a bunch of people. It's not like media on there. So
Yeah.
travel tip.
Yeah, travel tip. Checking in from Cincinnati, Ohio. Awesome. Let's see, renovations are coming awesome. I think we're doing really well at getting everything done. We've got 2 weeks to get everything finished, and I think we're pretty well on track for that. I think
Yeah.
it's coming along. We're actually dropping off the last bits of the headboard that we're having made. We're dropping off the last pieces for that tomorrow morning, and then I'm super excited about that. I don't know why, like, is it weird that I'm this excited over a headboard? But I am. I'm so excited to have it done and to have an actual, like, interior designer's input on how to decorate my van. That sounds super weird to say, but
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome because we wanted a
but
spot
Jessie's
to do.
fantastic.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. So like, about to wrap up here, but like, if you want to check out who's like making our headboard, her business is called Agape Vintage. I'm actually gonna type that out right here.
Yeah.
So Agape Vintage is her business name, and definitely go check it out. Like, go check out her Instagram because it's really good.
Yeah, she's got an Etsy store as well, but her stuff is so good. I actually had some of her stuff in our house when we lived in the house, and I'm super sad that I don't have that anymore. I actually gave it to a good friend of mine because I could not bear to sell it. It was just, her stuff is so pretty and so good, and she puts so much love into it. We actually went to high school with Jessie, so we've known her for a long time, and she's wonderful. So I'm super excited. She has actually lived in Texas for the last few years, and we lived in Colorado and then moved into the van. So we haven't lived in the same state in a long time, and she just happened to have just moved back to Oklahoma. And when I found out that she moved back to Oklahoma and we decided to come back for this project, I was like, I am jumping on that. I'm having her do something for the van.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's pretty
the
awesome.
headboard was perfect. So anyway,
Let's see, yeah. Camping Boy said, when I was reading about the unrest, I thought of you guys, safe travels. Yeah, we've had a few people reach out and ask about it.
we super appreciate that, though. We always love to like hear what's going on or what people are hearing about.
Definitely. Yeah, because it's like you can't trust the news. Like, Twitter used to be pretty good for that kind of stuff, but it's so flooded with media right now that it's hard to find crowdsourced information basically on
Right.
that. Rita was asking what Reddit's good for. Reddit's good for some political unrest in Nicaragua, which we're headed to in 2 weeks, and we were able to actually go on the Nicaragua subreddit and kind of find out what it's actually like, rather than like the super hyped up like news stories and stuff like that. So, but yeah. Anyway, I put a link to Jesse Sanchez's Jesse's Instagram. It's Agape Vintage. You guys should go check that out. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Go comment on our picture so that we sent you.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, Tammy said we hadn't seen your beautiful green picture bed sheet lately. Yeah, nope, that'll be going back into the van for our summertime.
Yeah, that bedspread is pretty thin. So for wintertime, we upgraded to a thicker one. So we'll be going back to, it's actually on the bed in our room here at Nate's mom's house right now. So we're using that in here, but it'll go back in the van.
Mm-hmm. So I skipped over Roger's question. Roger was asking, what do you actually think you'd need for batteries for maybe like 1 to 2 week trips? And largely it depends on what you're trying to run. And we're going to do a video. Like, we haven't done that video, like how to size your system, and we need to do that video.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on what you're going to run. It also depends on how much solar you have to be charging those batteries. And then it also depends on the weather that you're planning on being in. Like, if you're planning on being
Pacific Northwest versus Sedona.
Yeah, exactly. Or, if you plan on going to Alaska in the winter, like, don't plan on any solar.
Yeah.
But, that kind of thing. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but we definitely want to do a video over what you can power on certain sizes and all of that. Mm-hmm. So that'll definitely be part of our. I love that you're still holding that, by the way.
Can you guys see? I'm not sure if how's our framing.
Oh no, I don't think you can see it. He's still holding the battery. He's like cuddling with it. Anyway, so once we do this switch out, we'll probably do something along the lines of what can we power with that 600 amp hours of batteries. And then when we do your mom's, we'll probably do something similar. So she's going to have 200 amp hours of battery, so hers will be smaller with 400 watts of solar.
Which, that being said, I'm going to guess that would be good for 1 to 2 week trips. Mm-hmm. You got to watch your consumption, like with anything, you have to pay attention to it. But 400 watts with 200 amps. Yeah, be sure you got that notification bell turned on, because when we do the one for the truck camper, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be a really good video.
Not to toot our own horn, but...
Yeah, because that last video we did, everybody liked it a lot, and this one's going to be better, so...
Yeah, no, this one definitely will be better. Oh, crap. Okay, sorry. This one definitely will be better. It'll be more informative, and it'll be more to the point. So I know that last one was so long, and we were pretty new to all of this. So this next one will definitely be more concise.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, what else we got?
Kahuna said, my 300 amp hour lithium has a
1,050,000. 1.05 million lifespan hours of battery?
At 50%.
At 50%. Yeah.
Do you have an online calendar so we can keep up with where you are going, or where we will be? Well, let me tell you, we have a calendar. I am the only one that looks at it.
Yeah.
And it never stays the same at all. So we do have a calendar. It's only updated. No, we don't have a calendar.
Here, how about
Let's be real. Like, nothing that goes onto our calendar is actually relevant. We do want to do one. I have been wanting to do one.
I'm gonna put up another link. So if you'll entertain for 2 seconds while I type, because I can't type and talk at the same time.
James said $949 per 100 amp hour battery. Yeah, they are pricey, but that's going to be another part of what we're going to talk about on the benefits of lithium over like an AGM. So Nate is, I mean, I know you guys can't see it, but Nate is currently holding this battery. This is 100 amp hours of battery. With lithium, you can drain them. You can drain basically to 80-90%. Versus AGM, you really can't drain it past 50%. So if you have a 100 amp hour AGM battery, you're really only getting 50% of that. So you can only really have 50 usable amp hours. Versus a lithium, you could drain it all the way. You still really shouldn't drain it all the way, but you could drain it all the way, and it's not going to kill the battery. So really draining it down to, I think 80 to 90% is typical. And Ida, correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I know you know better than I do off the top of your head. Yeah, so
I can't find outdoor projects. Their thing. I was gonna share. Do you remember when those are?
Gotcha. Yeah, I have them on my calendar. So that's one of the benefits. Another benefit is just the weight. I mean, our batteries are 350 amp hours each that are AGM, and they weigh about 200 pounds each. So that's a lot of weight versus the lithium ones are about 30 pounds each. So huge weight difference. I think we're going to be almost doubling our battery bank capacity, and we're going to be cutting the weight in half. Yeah, double the capacity for half the weight. So that's another really huge benefit of lithium. And then we'll be talking about more of the benefits. We're going to get Battleborn to kind of outline all of that on what all are the best like pros and cons of lithium versus AGM and that kind of thing. Yeah, so Ida, you said you can go down to 0 but lose life on the lithium. And I think, if I'm not mistaken about this, I think if you go down all the way to 0, it doesn't, like, you have to jump it to get it to restart. Like, so it shuts itself off. Is kind of the way I understood it. Mm-hmm. So it basically shuts itself off to stop you from like trying to fry it or whatever would happen. But I know with the Battleborn, it stops you from doing that. It cuts it off before you get to that point, so you're never going to kill it. So I know some lithium batteries, you can drain them all the way, but if you drain them all the way, then it's not enough to draw the charge from the solar. It's not enough to pull in that charge from the solar controller, so you have to jump start it in order to get it started again.
Pretty much. You should make a note of that, and we'll have we'll have Sean explain that better on the video.
That's a good idea. Because I kind of grasped it, like maybe that much. Obviously,
'cause on
from
that
my
video,
attempted explanation.
On that video, we're actually going to call one of the high-ups in Battleborn, one of our good friends, and he's going to explain a lot of this stuff better than we can. So you'll actually hear it straight from the source. But kind of switching gears just a little bit, I was trying to find something. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was trying to find out, somebody was asking about the schedule on where we were going to be. I'm going to post a link right now. So it's Outdoor Project.
You did find it?
Yeah, it's the block party. And we are going to be at the Seattle, the Portland, the Salt Lake, and the Denver events. So we will be at all of those. So if you want to come out to those, that would be fun. Also, if you would like to go to this event, let me get back to this. Okay, one more event. This is the Pursuit series, and it's in Bear Valley. Alright, it's the Bay Area.
Bear Valley. That's right.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Says it right
yeah.
there.
Bear Valley. It's so it's the outbound. It's the Pursuit series, and basically what it is it's a weekend long, basically like adult summer camp, like for adventures. We went to it last year. I'm gonna find that video. Will you explain what that is?
So basically, it's like if you wanted to take an intro to being outdoorsy, like being outdoors. If you wanted to take an intro to getting outdoors, whatever activity you were looking for, whether that's rock climbing or hiking or mountain biking or slacklining or trail running. I'm sure I'm missing several of them, but paddleboarding, kayaking, surfing, etc., etc. You get the point. All of that stuff. So it's an intro to all of those activities, all smashed in one weekend. So you sign up for different classes, and you can take the intro. They usually have like an intro and an intermediate, and then kind of like a specific, like a very, very specific skill to work on. So you can, if you've been rock climbing for a long time, but you want to hone your skills a little bit more, you can take maybe the intermediate one or the more specific classes and skills and stuff like that. So you can completely customize your own schedule.
Basically,
and take all and fit in all of those activities into one weekend.
Basically, what it is you have access to guides for a whole weekend. So if you want to get better at something, like me in particular, like I probably wouldn't go out and take a fly fishing class. Like maybe I'm interested in fly fishing, but I wouldn't just pay to go, dedicate a full day to go, have a guide teach me how to fly fish. But you come to this this Pursuit series, and then you could take a fly fishing class that may last like 2 or 3 hours, and then you can kind of like get a taste of it's like, okay, yeah, this is something that's like actually pretty fun, and I can learn this kind of stuff. So you could take that fly fishing class, and then 2 hours later, and then 1 hour later, be learning new things on a mountain bike or something like that. So it's really honestly all about like learning new things.
Yeah, very much learning.
So I linked to that one. That's the Pursuit at theoutbound.com. And if you want to watch the video from last year that we did that, that is the link to that.
Yeah.
So,
and camping, sorry, I'm just going to jump back to solar for a second. Camping Boy and Ida Big Kahuna, I know you guys are talking about the lithium, taking it to zero versus not taking it to zero. And I think, from what I understand, that really depends on the way the battery is designed. So like we said, we will have Sean explain all of that and how it works with battle-borne batteries. So I can't speak to how the lithium batteries in your phone works or anything like that. I have no idea. I'm not even going to try to jump into that, but I do think this is a really good discussion, especially what you guys are saying back and forth, whether or not you can take it all the way down to 0. But basically, from what we understand, is the battle-borne batteries will not allow you to go all the way down to 0.
Yeah.
So
0 isn't 0.
Right. 0 isn't 0. So and it's the same. That's the same thing with. They're more efficient than AGM for sure, but AGM batteries, you definitely can't take them down to 0. You really shouldn't take them down below 50%. So there's a lot to it, and I'm not going to even pretend that I know all of it. So we're just going to have Sean explain all of that, and hopefully he will shed some light on that issue on his batteries in particular. And then maybe he can also speak to some of the other different kinds of batteries out there. Because I agree with Ida Big Kahuna. You make a really good point with your cell phone, because you definitely can charge those back up. But again, I don't know how those work. I don't know why you can do that with cell phone batteries, but you can't do that with some lithium.
Yeah, maybe they're
lithium.
when it says 0 on your screen, maybe that's actually 10. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good point. It could be.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what I was talking about. Don't take that for gospel.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Anyway, I think let's go ahead and wrap it up.
I think so, yeah.
I can go. I can troubleshoot our audio video problems. So super thanks for everybody who hung around this long and listened to our not synced up audio and video and all that kind of stuff.
And our rambling. We were very all over the place this week. I am very sorry.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. So go check out those events, the Pursuit series, and check out that video that I just linked, and let me know if that's something that you would like, if you have any questions about. If you have any questions about that Pursuit series, let me know, and because we're actually guiding in that event. So let me know in the comments, and what else?
And
What's the
that's
other one?
all. And now we're gonna
and
try to figure this out, because clearly we are not on top of our game this week.
Not exactly. Okay, anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you next week.